All right, good morning. Good morning. Am I in the... Okay. All right. Happy Tuesday. Good morning, everybody. If you're here, drop a comment, say hello, let me know that you're here, you're tuning in. Oh, Jennifer's here. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome. My most committed LH of the week. Good morning. All right. I hope everyone had a nice Valentine's Day, whatever you happen to do. I had some treats. Oh, Danny's here. Welcome. All right. Yeah, I have a little, I slept, or I don't know. I did something wrong and my neck is pretty messed up, so I had a little rough night's sleep, but I'm glad to be here with everybody. Hello. Good morning. So this is day 2 of the 5-day meditation challenge with Devoted Heart Lauren. That's me. I'm Lauren. And today we are tuning into the theme of truth and honesty. But before we get into that, yesterday we talked about what is meditation and why do we do it. So I want to expand upon that. Oh, Roger's here. Good morning, Roger. Or good afternoon, excuse me. I always forget. So we're going to talk, or I'm going to talk today about how to meditate and some ways to meditate, some methods. So if you're interested in starting a meditation practice and it seems very elusive to you, or just expanding on what you already have, this will be some nice little tips, and I'll ask for people to participate as well. So how to meditate is really there's a lot of ways, okay? So you might think about sitting on the floor, cross-legged, being very quiet, this sort of thing, and that's great. That's a way to meditate. And you can also do a lot of different things. You can also do movement. You can also take a walk. You can be listening to music. You can have a guided meditation. You can be seated up in a chair. You could be standing. You could be lying down. Okay? The trick with lying down is that it's fairly likely to fall asleep, at least with my temperament. So that's the trick, to maintain the space in between waking and sleeping. So it's fine for your body to be relaxed, and even if you're seated, you want your body to be somewhat relaxed, so only using the exact amount of effort that you need in order to sit upright, and letting everything else be relaxed. If you're lying down, then you're relaxing your whole body, which is great, but if you relax your body too much and your mind wants to go into this sleeping state rather than maintaining the waking state, then, it's not wrong, it's not bad, but meditation is staying awake, staying in a state of consciousness, but kind of in between waking and sleeping. So, but if that's the most accessible thing to you, lying down, putting on a timer, putting on a song, or some sort of guided meditation, great, go for it. One of my students, Lindsay, who I don't think is here this morning, maybe she'll watch the replay, but we talked about walking her dog as a form of meditation in the morning. So rather than thinking that walking the dog is an obstacle to meditation, how can you utilize walking the dog, or something that you definitely do in the morning, as an act of meditation? I mean, you could be meditating while you're brushing your teeth or while you're washing the dishes. The thing that I want to avoid with that is, just like doing your normal routine and then going back and kind of reframing and editing and say, oh, well, I didn't think I meditated today, but I washed the dishes, so that counts as a meditation. So whatever you're doing, do it on purpose. Decide beforehand that, okay, this is going to be my meditation practice, and I'm going to be very aware and focused as I'm doing whatever it is, even if it's a regular daily task. So these are some ways in. Eventually, if you're developing a meditation practice, you do want to do something consistent. So something every single day that's, similar or the same, or at least there's cycles. Like, okay, when I feel like this, I do this kind of meditation. When I feel like this, I do this kind of meditation. So it's accessible, but you're also building something. Because if you just do a different thing every day, I don't know, maybe you're building something in a certain sense, but I feel like it's more challenging to deepen if you have more variables. So those are some examples of things you can do. And I mentioned in the beginning, how to do it is just focusing on something, just to maintain that space in between waking and sleeping. So the waking mind likes to be very active and start to make lists and start to figure stuff out. What happened yesterday? She said this, he said this, all these triggering things, and kind of organizing and figuring that out. And then projecting into the future. Okay, what am I going to do later? What am I doing with my life? What am I buying at the grocery store? All of that kind of stuff. So totally normal functions of the mind, and we don't need to make the mind wrong or bad. And meditation is just as much about witnessing the mind as it is about, in theory, clearing the mind. So don't worry about clearing the mind. Just notice what the mind is doing and keep coming back to the present. Keep coming back to noticing, okay, my mind went here and there and all over the place, and now I'm coming back to right now. Okay, so I'm noticing everything's very dry. Keep coming back to the present and noticing, okay, how am I seated? How is my breath? What is the specific thing that I'm focusing on in order to keep me present? So the breath is a great one because you always have it. You could also just be focusing on the sensations of right now. If you're doing a movement, if you're walking, or if you're doing like a yoga practice or kind of like a dance practice, really tuning into the sensations and details of being here right now, whatever that means. Okay, so tuning into sensations, coming back to right now. It could also be a candle. I used to do a candle meditation, staring into a flame, or staring at anything really, just picking something that you want to look at, something that brings you joy, or it could be something that you find challenging, like a picture. Ram Dass talks about putting pictures of people he's very resistant to on his altar and meditating on them as a way to start to remove resistance and open the heart even to challenge. So those are some examples. Does anyone have any methods that they use for meditation that they really love, that they'd be willing to share? If so, drop in the chat anything, any forms of meditation, any app that you love, any particular thing that helps you to stay present, or also, so is there something in particular that helps you to meditate on days when you don't want to? So that's like more of an advanced meditation practice. I forgot to mention chanting. Thank you, Jennifer. So chanting, singing or chanting is a great way to meditate. Really just singing anything, but especially mantra, something that you're repeating over and over again. So you keep on coming back to whatever the word or the phrase is that you're repeating as a way to refocus the mind. Is there any other ones that I missed that I wanted to mention? Oh, writing. For anyone who's ever heard of or done the Artist's Way, in the morning Julia Cameron has you do what's really a writing meditation. She calls it morning pages, where you're kind of emptying your mind onto the page in this very meditative way. I mean, it can be very challenging, but I consider it a writing meditation. So that's another option. So if you're new to meditation and it's something that you're wanting to get into, I would love to hear from you. Drop in the comments what method seems like something that is approachable and accessible for you. What's something that you could try today or tomorrow without too much resistance. Okay, Jennifer says, this month I'm chanting the Satya verse from the sutras. Beautiful. So thank you for the segue, Jennifer. So Satya is the concept of truth in yoga philosophy. So the yamas and niyamas, which is what my 13-week program is based on, are the ethical principles, the lifestyle principles of yoga that are the foundation for then practicing the poses, the asana, practicing meditation and concentration, and continuing from there to ascend into absorption and pure consciousness and all of that. So what we're talking about today, our theme for today, truth and honesty, is inspired by the yogic principle of satya. So satya is truth. So moving forward, what is truth? What is truth? So if you're here live or if you're watching the replay, drop a comment. What is truth? What is truth? So a couple things I wrote down are what's real. So the truth is what's real, valid, accurate. Anything else anybody has to add? Drop it in the comments. What is truth? And then, as an expansion on that, and to hopefully get you thinking a little bit, is truth permanent or temporary? So, are there things that are always true? Or are most things true sometimes but not others? Or the truth is changing and evolving? What do you think? Is truth permanent or temporary? Let's see. Anybody drop a comment? Not yet. Okay. Maybe get some comments later. Okay. So is truth permanent or temporary? So the things that we feel and the things that we think feel true right now or are true right now. So me feeling like I have pain in my neck, that's a truth that I'm very connected with right now in my body. That is true in a certain sense. I feel it. Okay, so Roger says the truth is temporary or something is temporary. The pain in my neck is temporary. Thank you. So the truth is temporary. So the things that we feel and the things that we think are temporary. Are there deeper, permanent truths? I think so. I think even that is up for debate though. But is there a truth of who I am always? I think yes. I think there's a truth of who I am always. It's connected to love. It's connected to the divine. It's the qualities that I am in a more constant way rather than I feel happy today, I feel sad today, I feel angry, I feel this and this and that. Okay, my body is always changing. So the truth of my body exists right now, but it might be very different. Hopefully the neck thing will be different later and tomorrow. So that's evolving. So given that there's an evolution of truth, and maybe there's also a constant truth that has to do with wisdom, maybe there's guiding truths that govern the planet and the universe. I think there are to some degree, but I also think that we get very attached to things that we know, the rules of science that are, because those are also changing. We go back and say, oh, just kidding, we were wrong about, all of a sudden eggs are healthy again, or whatever the thing is that's always changing. So let's see, Danny said, I love to hear frequencies to meditate. The sound helps me to focus. Yeah, frequencies or the sound of Om, certain vibrations. So now that we've talked about and tuned into what is truth, I want to look at what is honesty. What is honesty? So if you have a thought, opinion about what is honesty, please share. But what I have is that honesty is truth in action. It's how we enact truth. It's how we share truth. So are you being honest in that you're conveying the truth? Even if it's a temporary truth, is it something that you actually feel or think, or that has been shared with you that you're relaying, or not? And so then there's sharing the truth as an act of honesty, and then in sort of the opposite of honesty and truth, is it truthful to withhold something? So it's not like telling a lie. Like somebody asked me, is like, what did I have for breakfast? And I had oatmeal, and I say, oh, I had eggs, and that's just a lie. That just didn't happen. But what if there's a piece of information that I know someone would want to know? They don't directly ask me about it, but I choose not to share that truth. So where does that fit in with truth and honesty? I wrote down a quote from Harry Potter. Actually, I was looking for truth and honesty quotes, and I really like this one. It is something Dumbledore said, so hooray, Dumbledore. The truth, Dumbledore sighed. It is a beautiful and terrible thing, and should therefore be treated with great caution. So I like that, because sometimes you have to practice discernment with what to share, what to withhold, not as, and going back to what we talked about yesterday with kindness, with love, with connection, and with the opposite of harming. There's some discernment to be practiced, and what I wrote down is the truth connected to kindness is powerful. So when we're sharing our truth in service of something or with kindness, then I think that it's easier to discern what to share and what not to share. So if I share something that's just based on a very temporary situation, like, I stubbed my toe, I'm really angry, and so therefore I'm going to be mean to someone because I'm in pain, or I'm going to just be very difficult because I experience pain, that might not be a truth that I need to share and affect other people based on something that's going to quickly resolve itself. Okay, but something that is important in a broader scale, something that's, let's say, less temporary, might be worth sharing, but how do you share it? At what moment do you share it? Like, how do you practice discernment around how and when to be honest, and can you connect it to kindness and service, being in service of uplifting something, even if it doesn't feel good all the time? Okay. Yeah, and then there's just this whole idea of your truth. So my truth right now is how I feel. My truth is something about my perception of who I am and what I want. And so that's connected to my inner wisdom. So from this place of inner wisdom, what do I want? Who am I? And can I be willing to listen to that and be honest with myself about what's coming up, about what feels true for me? So I'm going to share, so any comments, questions, please drop in the chat. Let's see. Welcome, Maria. Welcome. I'm going to share the homework, and also for those of you that are entering to win the giveaways, I'm going to share the task for that for today. So so for the homework for today, I'm going to give you an action, and I'm going to give you a journal prompt every day. I think maybe I'll change. Maybe the truth will change. But for today, your journal prompt is just, what is my truth? So just spending 5 to 10 minutes writing down, what is my truth? So what is true right now? What is true in general? What do I want? Connecting to your own wisdom and just seeing what comes out. So letting it be really honest and unfiltered, as no one needs to read what you wrote or what you think. So letting the truth flow out on paper. Number 2, and this one is going to be a little bit more challenging for some people, but if you are entering to win, you get to do it. So sharing on social media. So this is connecting to the truth of your voice. Sharing on social media about your meditation practice or lack thereof. If you don't have a meditation practice, just, sharing, I'm in this meditation challenge. I'm seeking to develop a meditation practice. I don't currently have one. Here are the barriers. Like, here's the things that prevent me from meditating. And then what meditation supports you with, or what you think it would support you with if you don't currently have a meditation practice. Okay, so that could be in the form of a written post. That could be in the form of a video, of a story, whatever it is. But whatever way you choose to share, tag me, Devoted Heart Lauren, and hashtag meditation challenge. Okay, so sharing about meditation, your meditation practice, and really, anything that inspires you around that on social media. It can be Instagram or Facebook, but however you're sharing, tag me, Devoted Heart Lauren, hashtag meditation challenge. Okay, and then in addition, and so this is a truth to inspire others. So you get to be honest and truthful, even if you don't have a meditation practice. sharing kind of the barriers and what's around that and what you're seeking, so that other people can say, oh, I feel the same, but I've kind of been avoiding even approaching that because it feels too difficult, or like there's too many logistical things to work out. Okay. So sharing your truth to inspire others, which is an act of kindness and love. And then also DM me with the word truth in all capitals. Truth, all capitals. DM me, and that just lets me know that you're participating and you're interested in winning the giveaways and you're connecting. And once again, I'm giving away free sessions, and I'm also giving away a partial scholarship to my upcoming Live Your Yoga 13-week transformation, which will be an expansion of some of the stuff that we're looking at this week, developing a meditation practice, and just upgrading your life in all ways. So now we're going to sit and meditate on the truth. So for today, I recommend sitting, even though we talked about various ways that you can approach meditation, but I'm sitting cross-legged on the couch. So it doesn't have to be on the floor. You could sit in a chair. You could sit on the end of your bed, but try to sit up tall. So you're reaching up to the sky with the top of your head. And then meditation could be practiced with eyes open or eyes closed. So whatever feels most appropriate for you today, but you're letting your eyes be soft. So even if you're looking at something, your eyes are taking in whatever you're looking at rather than actively working. So think about less work, less effort, but coming back to focus when you stray. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to notice what is true right now. So taking a scan of your body, noticing what's true in your body. So if there's anything that is full of sensation, like for me, I shared my neck is full of sensation this morning. Notice that, send some breath. And then a practice that I like to do is noticing the other side, since we have two sides of the body, the right and the left, noticing the other side of whatever the sensational thing is. So the left side of my neck hurts. So rather than just focusing all my attention on kind of the squeaky wheel, I'm going to focus on the right side of my neck, which feels fine and great. So if something hurts or is experiencing sensation on one side, notice that side and then focus on the other side as a way to, first of all, kind of project and manifest into the future. So I'm creating a future truth where both sides of my neck feel fine and great. And then also as a way to spread out awareness. Spreading out your awareness so you're not just so laser focused on one aspect of your temporary truth, but you have this wider lens where you can see that everything's changing. And there's more happening right now than just the thing that you're hung up on. So whether it's a sensation in the body or a thought in the mind, spreading out your awareness. So you can see more. So you can acknowledge the temporary nature of many of the things that we find to be true. Since Jennifer mentioned the verse about Satya, I'm going to bring that in today. So the verse from the Yoga Sutras that talks about truth is actually about the power of your words in manifesting and creating reality. So your words, your thoughts, and your actions become your reality. So I'm going to chant, and you're welcome to listen and continue to breathe. Satya pratishtayam kriya palashrayatvam 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 Satya pratishtayam kriya palashrayatvam. One more. Satya pratishtayam kriya palashrayatvam. So as you continue to breathe and focus on the breath, letting any deeper truths come to the surface and be seen and acknowledged. So the guiding light of your heart, any desires, anything that you want, any wisdom from your body, anything that your body is asking for, to take excellent and loving care of yourself today. Any emotions that feel true right now. So the way that we feel and the way that we express emotions is very much a temporary truth. But your emotions also are connected to deeper, more permanent truths. So they're worth listening to, and we get to practice discernment on how we're making something temporary into something more permanent based on our choices and actions. So witnessing and listening to emotions, and then practicing discernment about how to actually act and what to decide, what to do, with the awareness that those waves are washing over you. Let's close our meditation with the sound of Om. So focusing on the vibration of the sound of Om, which is a sacred vibration of oneness. Exhale all the air. Inhale the hands to the heart. Bowing your head to your heart, honoring the evolution of truth, as well as anything that you can connect to as a permanent truth. It's part of your own deeper wisdom. Letting the eyes open if they're closed. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Roger. Great to be with everyone this morning. I'll send you a follow-up email. Make sure you're subscribed. And tomorrow, I believe we're talking about boundaries. So boundaries and how that can support you in your meditation. Well, as the days continue, we'll do longer and longer meditation. So yesterday was like 7 minutes. I think today was more like 10 or 11. And we'll expand from there. So any comments, questions, please drop a comment, write to me in whatever way. And I'll see you soon. Thank you.